Welcome back. So in this segment, we're going to probe the student leaders on their views with regard to how you can better transit from your JC, Poly, or even National Service to NTU. And what does it take for you to actually excel in a university setting? Any first takers? Any advice that you can give to your juniors? How do you select, how do you select the program? Should you go for passion? Should you go for, the money? What are the kind of advice that you can give in terms of selecting a program?
Google.
You have something to say, parents.
I think for a start, before you choose any course, maybe try to research more on the different engineering and what are the future, as in the prospect after you graduate. That means look far ahead. Like after you graduate or with a degree in this engineering, what you will become, and do you want to become in such a job? And from there, take a step back and think, what course should I take? Then try to take a course that is more, that give you a wider path. Instead, like if you don't like discipline that you're studying in this engineering, you can go to the next nearest engineering or field that you can go to. And once you come to uni, it's all about taking initiative in your own learning, and also keep in mind that to be more consistent in your learning. Don't pile your workload up, because eventually you will keep on piling and then push back. Yeah, be more consistent, I would say. And any advice that I would give to Poly people, I would say that in Poly, build up on your fundamentals. Those foundations that you learn in Poly are very important. They are actually help you when you come into uni, because uni are more in depth in that foundation is engineering itself. Yeah.
And the pace is faster.
Yeah, the pace is faster also. But eventually, after 1 or 2 sem, you get used to it.
Get used
yeah,
to it.
Correct.
Okay. Any views? Any other views?
Okay, so I think I'll just add on. So I think the hardest part in transitioning to uni life is the disparity in the learning curve between JC or in Poly versus in uni, where most students get caught off guard, especially in the first semester, and they end up not doing well or falling behind. So I think it's really important to have the mindset of like just focusing on studies or changing our studying mindset, not leaving everything to the last minute, and like what he mentioned, having independent learning. And another point would be, I served National Service for 2 years, so I'm sure most Singaporean guys do.
Yes.
And as they say, when you wear a helmet, your brain will rot. So I'm sure most of you, most students or most guys after 2 years may forget most of the concepts from 2 years ago. And I think it's quite important to take, if you're not confident, you can take some bridging modules or refresher courses that I'm quite sure all the engineering courses do offer in the months leading up to, from ORD to the start of the university life.
I see. Okay. Any views, Kun Yong? Any thoughts?
Maybe I can give some advice. So university is not just about studying, I think. It's also about connecting social life and connecting networks. So actually, these friends you make are very helpful in your academic aspects also, because let's say in my context, maybe you're very good at math, but you're weak at programming. So maybe you can find a friend who's good at programming, and maybe you can help him or her with math, and you can get help from him or her. Yeah, so that's also.
Yes, I think the peer helping part is so ever important, because once you transit out to the working world, you will have to depend on your colleagues and your peers to accomplish certain tasks. Right? That's good. Any advice, Gotong?
I'll add on to both of their points.
Okay.
So, in general, the College of Engineering is quite an interdisciplinary field. So even though you're locked, regardless of which engineering you actually apply and get into, you're not locked into that specific field of discipline. You have many opportunities to venture out and try different fields at the end of the day. So I'm not sure for the rest of the other schools, but for MSc itself, we have many offers coming in through our emails every day, informing us of like these different opportunities that we can actually take to increase our scope of knowledge and technical skills that we can actually learn.
Sure.
And as for what Kun Yong has said, so your friends are actually very important. So you have to foster a culture where you guys are helping each other throughout this 3 to 4 years journey. And at the end of the day, when you are merged into the workforce, some of them could be your colleague, co-worker, or actually your future clients in the future. And it's good to build this kind of connection or rapport with them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Sidin, what would you say to someone who is an incoming CN Young, scholar?
Be passionate about research. If not, it's going to be quite a tough journey because research takes up a lot of your time and it takes a lot of effort to do good research.
And you have to do research every semester or every year, is it?
It's up to you, but you will have 2 research modules that are more like traditional research. So it's in year 1 sem 2 and there's a year 2 sem 1 module as well, but you can extend it to 1 year, which is what I did, so that you can do even more research. Yeah.
So be passionate about research if you're going to come to CN Young.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Debbie, what's your advice
I
to
think
your St. Andrews Junior College students or in general, poly,
I think most of them already covered most of what advices that you can give, but I think the last thing would probably be if you would like to venture and do many student activities, make sure you manage your time very well. If not, you will suffer a lot. Regardless of what course you're in, you will suffer because you will end up piling everything. Yeah, whether you decide to come into an engineering school or other schools, in university you will need to know how to manage your time. Yeah.
time management.
Yeah.
Okay, the ability to prioritize your tasks. So we have come to the end of this segment. I hope that you have enjoyed this session where you can actually learn so much from the student leaders. So I wish to thank all of you for your time to share your experiences, to share experiences ranging from internship. We cut across hall life, how to manage your time, right? To the exchange programs and internship. So thank you so much. And if you want to know more, you can actually join our online chat. That's where you can actually interact with us live through Facebook or Instagram on the 29th of February. You will be able to see from our website the details of when we will be available to engage you. Thank you.